The oil boom in North Dakota has left the state with a big problem, a housing crisis, and not just in the oil patch. It spans across the entire state. Joining us now is Senator Heitkamp, and we've got Richard Lefrak here, who owns some fracking properties in North Dakota. Senator, it's great to see you again. Real good. We talked when I was down in Washington. We did some Fargo speak with one another, and you put it off on Brainerd, Minnesota. I don't know why you didn't take. I don't know why you didn't take ownership. Anyway, you know, we're really crying for you. Wow, things are going so well in North Dakota. You can't find enough people to hire, and there's no housing. I mean, it's really a sort of a. I mean, it's a blessing in disguise, probably, right?
Well, I mean, it does present some infrastructure difficulties, but we're not complaining too much.
Good.
We're pretty resilient people. We're just encouraging people to look at North Dakota for employment opportunities. Bring your family, but in order to get families there, we need to get more housing, and certainly my main push is for single family.
Senator, I don't know at this point. Well, you handicap it. Keystone eventually gets built or not?
Keystone gets built. You know, I don't think there's any reason to delay the Keystone. I absolutely hope that we do not delay it another construction season, because as you know, in my part of the country, you desperately need to get shovels in the ground when spring comes, because when winter comes, it's hard to dig through the 6 feet of ice. Yep. And so, you know, this has got to happen. Allison Redford, who is the premier of Alberta's coming at my request. She's going to meet with Mary Landrieu, and we're going to try and do some pushing this week, next week.
Unfortunately, you're using common sense, and you know, there would be jobs, and there'd be ancillary jobs, and there'd be benefits to the economy. You're using all these reasons to think that it will get okay. Do you have any reason, if you talk to anyone in the Obama administration, that makes you hopeful that it's going to happen? Because I don't think it looks very hopeful.
Well, you know, number one, I kind of look at this the way I would if I were trying to make a decision and worried about actually following the law and doing what's right. And I think this idea that somehow carbon, you need to take a look at what's happening up at the oil sands and make a decision on carbon. This is a pipeline. The comparisons are with trucking it out or with sending it on rail. And when you look at it, this is the best way to move oil. And the thing people don't talk about enough is if you look at the next oil shale, where there's a lot of oil shale in North America, there's a lot of oil shale on that border between British Columbia and Alberta, and we need infrastructure if we're going to push to become energy independent in the North American continent with our great friends Canada to the north. And so I'm excited about taking this step, pushing back. I'm really concerned that if people think that they can control the energy source by controlling the transportation, we're going to see this all over the country. We're already seeing it with an expansion for Enbridge up there. And so this is something, you know, people say, why do you fight so hard? I say, because you can't have an energy policy without transporting energy, and you can't stop this way. This is wrong.
All right, Senator, you're preaching in the choir on this one, but thank you. Appreciate your time, and come on again, because I don't know, it never gets old for me. You know,
hearing the accent,
yeah,
you mean?
You betcha. Yeah.
Okay.
It's real good. It's real good.
It is about Brainerd, Minnesota.
That's what you keep saying. I'd embrace it. I think it's a great accent. I don't. Anyway, and you mentioned your friends in Canada. I think that's where it comes from. So anyway, thank you, Senator. See you later.
Take care.